Hare Krishna. So we'll start from where we left. It is the second part of Rahu Ketu Axis. In the previous video, we did Ketu in the first house and Rahu in the seventh house. And I have explained you that wherever Ketu is, you have done certain karmas in the past pertaining to that particular house or bhava. And there is a funnel which is created for settling the karma through Rahu. And that is how Rahu creates so many hopes, wishes, and desires and unfulfilled, desires. And that's how Rahu becomes the natural lord of the sign of Aquarius, which is natural 11th house that belongs to all the desires and gains that you want to have in your life. So today, what we are going to cover is the axis of the second, house of Ketu, and definitely we are going to also cover, the eighth house of Rahu. So I'm gonna quickly make the chart for you so that you always under this thing, understand this thing in the pictorial way, because that is where I personally believe is the strength of a teacher. And as you know that the second house belongs to family, second house is also your savings, second house is where your relatives are, second house is also considered, the house of your speech as well. So here, if you have Ketu here, right, and obviously you'll have Rahu here in the eighth house. So again, we'll just write quickly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, the purpose of this video is to not give you information, but to educate you that how, these nodes are working in your horoscope, right? So now, second house is if you have Ketu, you've achieved, you've accomplished, you've stayed around your second house a lot in your previous birth. Okay, when I say, when Ketu is here, there are always chances of speaking lies in the previous birth, right? A lot of lies have come, and those lies are within the family. You will see people with Ketu in the second house, Rahu in the eighth house. Maybe if you are 40 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old right now, and you've learned the lessons of your life and you do not lie, you're very, very ethical, there is a strong chance that your soul has realized what you've been doing. But in your early childhood, in your teenage, maybe in your 20s, there are chances that because of professional pressure, because of pressure within the family, there have been some lies, because was there in the past birth also, and the vibration can come in this birth as well. So at time a person is very, very miser in the previous birth with Ketu in the second house. And, stubbornness in the past life is seen, right? So if you have these vibrations in this life, it is time to actually, think about it and try to minimize that. But as I said, that wherever your Rahu is, so the funnel is created from the Ketu, the karmas that you've done, pertaining to your speech, your money, your family, your lies, is now becomes hopes, wishes, and desires of Rahu. And Rahu, now the karma is coming here, and Rahu is going to settle this karma sitting in the eighth house. And sitting in the eighth house, obviously, Rahu has an aspect on your 12th house, which is the fifth aspect. And obviously, Rahu has aspect on the fourth house. So technically, for Rahu, it's the fourth, eighth, and the 12th house, that are going to be impacted in this life. Lot of hopes and wishes and desires from the family. I've seen people who are very rich, who've got ancestral properties with Rahu in the eighth house. They've got ancestral business platform which is created by their ancestors. But there is a lot of chaos in the family. I've seen richest people where the you know the these sons or the daughters are not having very cordial relationships, within the family. They're always, creating scenes, fighting, unnecessarily issues being created. And the biggest lesson here is to keep lot of patience. If you do not have patience here, right, I mean, the entire family setup is going to be ruined. I must tell you that. There will be, I mean, I've seen people with these combinations having a lot of patience pertaining to the family. But the day you lose your patience, I think you're going to scatter all your family. You're going to scatter everything, that you have around you. That's the key, ladies and gentlemen. And suppose you are a Scorpio rising or a Mesh Lagna, which are impulsive Lagnas, right? They can, go to any higher level of temperament issues and impulsiveness. Under those circumstances, your family life will be very, very speculative, highs and lows and ups and downs. Sometimes 10 days are very good, 15 days are, I mean, it's like traumatic. Everyone comes out to you and behaves like an enemy within the family, right? That's because Ketu was in the second house, the house of Kutumba, entire Rishtedari. So, there will be parallel government, there will be parallel teams in the relatives, right? And you'll be fed up from these situations. On the same times, right, there's also a lot of karmic settlement abroad. I've seen people traveling a lot to the foreign lands, having their homes at the foreign lands, right? They will not like to stay home, I mean, they will feel peace, in going away from the motherland. Every 10-15 days, they want to go to some other, maybe they'll plan a business meeting or a personal meeting, or they'll find an occasion, maybe an anniversary or a birthday, to just move away, from the situation. That's also, which is seen from in the 12,000 4 8 12 combination. Also, there are many diseases that can come as a punishment. For an example, piles, diseases which are related to rectum diseases, right? Even you can have problems related to sexual diseases. There could be problem with the reproductive system. Also, I've seen, having a clot in the brain, surgeries, right? Also, Rahu in the eighth houses, which deals with lot of, surgeries like bypass surgery, because fourth house is hit, which is of the heart, right? And the 12th house, where you can also have lot of, repetitive problems with eyes also, right? And especially, when you have a cataract, so it comes, keep going, and then come back again. So cataract problems are seen with this Rahu. So that's the punishment which is coming, because you have misused the vision of the money. You've misused the vision, of the wealth, the permanent wealth. And in this life, usually they get a lot of wealth right after the age of 40, 50. But again, the destiny, the god, the Rahu is testing them, that where they put the money. Is it they are wasting the money in, traveling long trips, unnecessarily movement, or, wasting the money in unwanted investments, buying those properties which are not vastu, a company, or they are not, having the vastu positive energy or a balanced energy of vastu. I've seen these people buying so many commercial properties, which are not, balanced in the vastu. They have a very bad vastu. That's also is seen with this particular combination. So what do we learn? Do not buy or invest properties without vastu. Keep a lot of patience in the family. Do not overspend on your travels. Take care of your food, because that can lead to piles, and, you know do a lot of yoga. But the biggest message for Rahu in the eighth house is keep patience, because when you don't keep patience, you can also meet accidents, right? Accidents always happen with impatient people, people who are not at all patient, right? So if you are impatient, which can lead to, major tragic problems also. Last but not the least, you have to work as a unit with the family, right? The day you become quarrelsome, the day, you start humiliating family, or, it is going to come back to you very hard. Lot of humiliation, you will see here. So whenever you have Rahu in the eighth house. The best thing is also to support your mother, right? And if you can also support your younger siblings, because they are also part of your kutumba family, right? Once they get married, they obviously have a different family, but they will always be called your relatives, right? So taking care of them, managing the balance between your biological family, your own home, wife, children, and your siblings is also going to be very, very challenging, in this particular combination. So I hope you've learned that the lessons of the life is not to be stubborn, right? And think before you spend, right? Do not say lies, because in Ketu in the second house, you have lied a lot in your previous birth. And in this life, you're not supposed to lie. I've seen people lying on small, small things with Ketu in the second house. Don't do that, please. Don't do that. Right? So I hope you've understood, you've learned the axis of Ketu in the second house and Rahu in the eighth house. I'll come up with a video tomorrow or probably in a day or two with Ketu in the third house and Rahu in the ninth. There are a lot of misconceptions with this axis, but I'm going to clear them all. I'll see you again. Till then, Hare Krishna, Har Har Mahadev.